It's a Tuesday morning, but classrooms are empty across the world. In Paris, students march for pensions and a future they feel is slipping away. Nairobi's youth flood the streets, chanting against a tax bill they say will crush their dreams. From Dhaka to New York, Buenos Aires to Seoul, young people are walking out, demanding fair jobs, climate action, and relief from inflation. This isn't a one-off protest. It's a global pattern, a synchronized walkout. The youngest generation is rewriting the rules, refusing to be silent. They see broken promises, study hard, work hard, and you'll succeed. But that deal feels rigged. Instead of stability, they see a world teetering on climate disaster, inequality, and corruption. Leaders tweet while the planet burns and rent soars. Gen Z feels like they're in a game set to impossible, handed a script they never wrote. So they're storming the stage, demanding a new story. This isn't just angst, it's a coordinated response to a world failing them. The question isn't if they're angry, it's what happens when an entire generation decides the system is broken beyond repair. What happens when the kids stop asking for change and start shutting things down? The world's youth are no longer the silent audience, they're grabbing the mic. They're not waiting for permission, they're making history. So, what's a shutdown? It's not just a government budget crisis, it's a tactic, a weapon for the unheard. Students boycott classes, block highways, flood government websites, and force cities to a halt. It's a general strike for a generation still waiting for their first job. The trigger is always local. A tax bill in Kenya, pension reform in France, job quotas in Bangladesh. Authorities call it chaos, but for protesters, disruption is the point. The goal make ignoring them more costly than listening. A shutdown is a fire alarm, loud, urgent, impossible to ignore. But it's not easy. Missed classes, delayed graduations, and financial strain hit hardest. Daily life grinds to a stop. Transport, shops, even the internet can vanish. The risk is real. Fighting for the future means sacrificing the present. But for these youth, inaction is worse. They see climate catastrophe, debt, and dead-end jobs looming. A few weeks of chaos is a small price to pay. The shutdown is their SOS. The authorities may hate the noise, but the kids believe the building is on fire. They're pulling the alarm because they refuse to burn with it. This is their line in the sand, and they're not backing down. What's fueling this global fire? 5 horsemen unite youth everywhere. First, unemployment. Degrees lead to gig work, not careers. Second, cost of living. Rent, food, basics. Unaffordable, dreams out of reach. Third, education pressure. One exam or crushing debt can define your life. Fourth, climate anxiety. They see floods, fires, and leaders who delay. Fifth, political mistrust. Institutions seem rigged for profit, not people. It's not about avocado toast, it's about survival. The system feels like a rigged game. The future looks like a trap. These anxieties cross borders, languages, and cultures. Gen Z sees the same broken promises everywhere, and they're done waiting for someone else to fix it. Let's get specific. Global problems, local triggers. In France, students protest pension reforms that move the goalposts for a secure future. In Kenya, new taxes spark outrage among youth already facing mass unemployment. Bangladesh's students shut down cities over unfair job quotas. In the US, it's student debt, gun violence, and climate dread. Argentina's youth battle hyperinflation as their money loses value daily. The details differ, but the story is the same. Young people see a rigged system. They're fighting for a fair shot, a livable future, and a voice. Whether it's pensions, taxes, jobs, or inflation, the message is clear. The system isn't working for them, so they're fighting back, loudly. Let's talk about the mental toll. Being a young revolutionary isn't glamorous. It's exhausting. Shutdowns last weeks or months, freezing life and plans. Instead of worrying about exams, students worry about riot police and closed campuses. The anxiety is relentless. Protesting for your future makes your present even more uncertain. Institutions meant to nurture now lock them out. Isolation grows as social life and support vanish. Mental health resources are scarce, and the fight for change takes a personal toll. The system creates anger, then punishes protest, fueling despair. It's a trap. Protest, get punished, feel hopeless. The message is clear. Stay quiet, or lose what little stability you have. Yet millions keep fighting despite the pressure. Their persistence shows just how desperate and determined they are. The anxiety is real, but so is their resolve. They're not backing down. Social media is the engine of this movement. TikTok, Instagram, Telegram, these are the new megaphones. A viral video in Nairobi can spark protests worldwide in hours. Hashtags unite, organize, and amplify outrage. Social media bypasses traditional media, live streams reality, and exposes abuses instantly. But the algorithm is a double-edged sword. It rewards outrage, fuels burnout, and creates echo chambers. Activists are always on, fighting disinformation and exhaustion. Platforms can censor, governments can surveil, and trauma spreads fast. Social media gives speed and reach, but also vulnerability. It's a tool for change, but it can also be a cage. The fight is digital, and the risks are real. The revolution is live-streamed, but it comes at a cost. Today's youth movements are leaderless and decentralized. No single face, no one to arrest or co-opt. Organization happens in group chats, not smoky backrooms. This makes them resilient. Cut off one head, and the swarm keeps moving. It's democracy in action, but messy. No clear leader means no easy negotiations or simple demands. The focus isn't on reforming the system, it's on rejecting it entirely. They want systemic change, not just tweaks. Past movements wanted a seat at the table. This generation wants to flip the table. Their demands are broad: end corruption, climate justice, real equality. It's radical, ambitious, and hard to achieve. But they believe it's the only way forward. They're not just protesting policies, they're challenging the whole system. How do governments respond? Mostly with control, not dialogue. Some leaders try to talk, but most shut things down. Universities, internet protests, police, tear gas, and arrests are common. The goal: intimidate, not listen. Authorities label protesters as naive or dangerous, trying to divide public opinion. But images of state violence often backfire, fueling more anger and sympathy. The state's reaction reveals its priorities: nurture youth or control them. Old tools, co-opting leaders, controlling media, don't work on a leaderless digital generation. Governments are panicked, and panic leads to dangerous decisions. The more they clamp down, the more determined the youth become. The battle lines are drawn, the old guard is scared, and the kids know it. Where does this go? This generation is now a political force. As they age, their priorities, climate, debt, mental health, will shape elections. Politics is no longer just voting. It's constant activism and organizing. New centers of power are forming outside traditional parties. But burnout is a real risk. If nothing changes, cynicism could take over. The stakes are high. Apathy could let old systems win. Is this just youthful rage or a permanent shift? Are we witnessing a new political identity forged by crisis and connectivity? The kids are not all right, but they're just getting started.